Hi everybody, welcome to our first Perth LinkedIn success story. This is our ongoing series. I'm Dino Pacella and I'm joined by my co-hosts Bruno and Janine, and we have a very special guest joining us today who Janine will be introducing now.
So our special guest today is Zion. Zion's now a friend of mine. So Zion is the owner of Alyka, and this is the largest digital marketing business in Perth. Now this is why it's important for us to get these things across. Like Zion's been operating here for the last decade, and for the size of his business and for what he offers to our local community, I think it's definitely a good point to give him that bit of a pump up. And he's also been very successful in how he uses LinkedIn, and the return on his investment has been great. So I just want him to talk a little bit about himself so you can understand a bit about the business.
Yeah, cool. So very quickly, honoured to be on the show, and started the business from my bedroom with my business partner, built it up from nothing, or from 2 of us to 42 staff, a small office in Malaysia, our main office here. We're a digital marketing agency. We're all about lead generation. We do build sites and have digital strategies for government and corporates, but we're really interested in getting leads for private businesses. I love it when businesses get business from the internet, right? So that's what we do in a nutshell.
Zion, by the way, it's the coolest name that I've ever seen.
Thank you very much.
And regardless if you're a Matrix fan or not, that's how you pronounce it. So very, very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm really keen to hear what's the biggest success that you've had with utilising LinkedIn.
My recent video, actually, I've been getting really good. I don't have the reach that you guys have. Like, you guys got phenomenal reach. So I probably started really concentrating on LinkedIn only about a year ago. And now I'm really investing in it. But I get good engagement for the reach that I have. So recently I've been pumping out really good content, but it's been a little bit too generic. And I've been getting great engagement, but not necessarily leads. So one thing I realized that I have to start posting content that's related to digital marketing. Otherwise, how are people going to know what I do? So then I released a video where it was me singing. It was actually here. Like, I was actually singing a song, and I was covering the Treat You Better Shawn Mendes song, but I changed the words to be about digital marketing and how, as a digital marketing agency, we can treat you better, as you, the prospect, better than your who's currently servicing you, right? And so that got me, like, I don't have a huge reach. Like, I've got 2,700 followers, but I got like 135 likes from it. I've got like 70 comments, and I actually got 3 direct leads from it.
Wow. Yeah,
and I'm in talks with those people at the moment, and you know, 1 or 2 might not work out, but I think at least one thing will come out from that. So already I've seen the ROI.
Brilliant. So I think, and the only reason I'll take over a little bit in this one is because that was one of the tips I gave to you originally, wasn't it?
Yes.
And when we had our first interview, was that when you keep specific to your genre or to your industry, and you deliver that. So you're saying, this is what I do, this is the industry I operate in, and then you show the clientele how you do your job. That's when you get that engagement, and that's where the return on the investment comes in, because people go, okay, they're in digital marketing, and that's how they do their digital marketing, and by doing so, that's how you've been able to engage those businesses.
Well, I actually followed your advice, like how you were saying you've got to talk more specifically about what you do. It's a little bit too vague, and so I did that, and it paid. And then following Dino, I've only started following you recently. But Bruno, I think I followed you for a while, and you do that quite well. So I got the idea from you as well, how you are actually talking about photography. And I thought, I just got to do more of that. And it's worked.
Fantastic.
And you already touched a little bit about the strategies that you're going to be using moving forward, since you haven't been very proactive on LinkedIn till the last 12 months or so.
Yeah.
As far as strategy, are you looking at reaching out to more people, or just trying to expose your business out there?
This is a good question, because I've thought so much about this, and I've tried all these different things. So I have been targeted, and that's why it's been a good strategy. Most of my business comes from WA, so there's no reason for me really to connect with Americans, Europeans, and even over East. Like, I still will, but I'm not going to focus on that. So when I add people, and when I try to form connections, and when I comment on other people's posts, I try to focus on WA. And I do try to focus on decision makers, so general managers, BDMs, business owners, CEOs. So it's very targeted in terms of who I approach. So I like Janine's vlogs, and I think you guys do it as well. The vlogs, how you're talking in front of a camera, talking about your industry.
I must admit, I'll take that one. Stole that one from Dino.
Oh, you got that one from Dino?
Originally following Dino.
Happy to share.
Yeah, Dino does that well. And I'd love to learn more later. But I've done only one of them, and I got a lead off that. That's on top of the 3 from my singing video.
Fantastic.
So I did that, and it got okay engagement, but I got a lead straight away. And so I'm in talks with them. And it was amazing. It's like the engagement wasn't super high, but it was very direct in terms of, this is what I do, here's some tips. If you want to contact me. And then I got a lead. So that's been good. I want to do more of that, and I want to do more of the songs. Because the songs they do 2 things. Well, first of all, it's authentic because I enjoy it. Secondly, I'm talking about my industry and educating people. And thirdly, it's just entertaining.
Yeah.
So the songs I feel are going to get me the most bang for buck. They do take a bit longer though to prepare and organise.
Good fun though as well.
Yeah. So I don't know if that helps.
You've got a good voice.
Oh yeah, well, let's hope so. Yeah. Better. Good.
No, that's great stuff. That's great stuff. Just like doing your own thing, being authentic, by singing, and then get to convey your message across, that by itself will make you stand out as well.
Yeah.
Get more visibility.
Point of difference.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, what would you say is your number 1 tip for your LinkedIn use?
I think 2 things actually. Not being afraid. Like, I don't care. Like, if somebody wants to say something bad, because the more successful you are, the more haters you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right? And I think you're so successful, Janine, for example. So are you guys that, sometimes you see these comments, you're like, what is that? Why are you hating? Like, why? So I think I'm not afraid of that. I don't care about being embarrassed. And number 2, I'm authentic. Like, I will just be who I am. So I don't know if you guys know this, probably not, but when I comment on other people's posts, I'm like, oh, thanks, bro. How you going, mate? Like, I'm just myself. Like, I don't try to be too corporate. And I think people can see that. Like, even now, like, I'm just going to talk. Like, I don't really care. And I think that comes out.
Because people do business with humans, with people.
Yeah,
They're not
exactly.
doing business with computers.
Exactly.
It's about that human relationship, and I think that's what has to come across.
A lot of people don't understand that. I think because in corporate world, we all just suddenly get really, like, rigid. And then we start using jargon, and then we put a guard up. I don't think people respond well to that on LinkedIn. So just be yourself is the tip.
Just like speaking 20 feet above people's head.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure the offline is the same as the online you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you do that really well.
Thank you.
We're seeing that today. So on behalf of us 3, thank you very much for being a part of our first Perth LinkedIn success stories. John, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you.
I'm so honoured.
And if there is any other local businesses in the Perth area that would like to be involved, please feel free to reach out to myself, Bruno, and Janine, and we'll certainly make contact with you. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.
And if you need any digital marketing, contact me.
That's right.
Private
Goes without saying.